EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my 100% race series, and yes, it's another game featuring the 2000 season. It's F1 Championship Season 2000. Now, I've never done this game in a 100% race, so I did a couple of test races before and I had the difficulty on hard, and after about 10 laps I realised that actually the hard level is pretty easy. So we're going to ramp it up to the expert level, which is the hardest level the game has to offer. And we are going to, as always, ramp up all the bits that you need to ramp up to make it as difficult as you can. Okay, it's over now to Jim Rosenthal.
Welcome to the San Marino Grand Prix, here at the Imola circuit. So, without further ado, let's go to the formation lap. Michael Schumacher in the Ferraris, in pole position. A slightly disappointing second. Mika Hakkinen in the McLaren. The McLaren of David Coulthard is third. A great fourth, Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Fifth place, Rubens Barrichello. Sixth place, Ralf Schumacher in the BMW Williams. Jacques Villeneuve is seventh on the grid. Eighth place, Fisichella's Benetton. A great ninth, Jos Verstappen. A very reasonable 10th, Pedro de la Rosa. Alexander Wurz in the Benetton is 11th on the grid. A fairly poor 12th, Eddie Irvine. The Sauber of Mika Salo is 13th. A stuttering 14th, Pedro Diniz in the Sauber. 15th place, Ricardo Zonta in the second BAR. 16th place, Jean Alesi. A blundering 17th, Herbert in the Jaguar. A very disappointing 18th, Jenson Button. A stuttering 19th, Heidfeld in the Prost. The Minardi of Gaston Mazzacani is 20th on the grid. A pretty poor 21st, Marc Genet in the second Minardi. A poor 22nd, the Jordan of Jarno Trulli. Well, as they settle back into their grid positions, I'll hand you over to the start of the race.
Okay, so we are racing as Jarno Trulli in the Jordan, and we are at Imola as it's time now for the 5 lights to go out, and we say go, go, go. So it's oh my goodness, no, I completely cocked that up. I hit the wrong button there. I thought that was no, that's the view change button. Oh dear. So we didn't quite get off the line there. Anyway, we're trying to get the view back as we go into the first turn now, and you can see that it is absolutely chucking down with rain. We are on wet tyres. Oh my goodness, there's contact with the car in front. That was the Prost. Oh, the Prost goes off. The Prost goes off, but we hold on, and we've made contact with the Minardi as well. Oh my goodness, but we're up into 19th position. Of course, we started from oh, look at that, cars going off all over the show, and we've made it up now to 17th position in the very, very wet conditions. You can see we have got wet tyres on, and the car in front of us now is Jean Alesi. Yes, Jean Alesi. He's Frenchy, don't you know? Yes, he's French. And we're going to see if we can get past him. Of course, he is in the Prost car in the year of 2000. Oh, this is going to get dicey, very, very dicey indeed. And you can see that we've actually got on our damage indicator, yes, a damage indicator for the F1 2000. Oh, and Lacey goes off. We're going to up to 16th position now. So we have a damage indicator for the F1 2000 Championship season. Well, that's such a mouthful. And you can see that, oh, Jesus, I completely forgot about the chicane there. Skipped straight over it. We've got more cars in front of us. One of those is Ricardo Zonta in the BAR. And we get past him. We've got Herb de Swerve now in the Jaguar. Yes, the Jaguar for 2000, of course, after he left Ferrari in 1999. Almost won the championship. Yes, almost, but not quite. No, not quite for Herb de Swerve. So Jaguar for 2000 for Herb. And we can see that this is now the end of lap 1. Just coming around the final corner now. We're trying to get past. You can see the particle effects. You see that as we had a tiny bit of contact with Eddie Irvine there. These particle effects just spring up to say you've got a little bit of damage to your front wing or whatever. Anyway, you can see we have got damage to our front wing. This is now lap 2, but it doesn't seem to be affecting our handling as we go past 2 cars there. And we're straight in the middle of those Saubers, I do believe, up into 14th place now for Jarno Trulli. The next Sauber in front of us is Pedro Diniz. Yes, Pedro Diniz. Wowzers, what a driver he was. What a driver he was. Absolutely fantastic. So yes, the question is, why did EA Sports bring out the same game? Oh, Jesus, Diniz is going off there. But we managed to get past up to 13th place now. So why did EA Sports bring out the same game 6 months after bringing out F1 2000 as Michael Schumacher is currently in the lead? And we're still going for positions here. We're going for Alexander Wirtz. And look, the particle effects go up again. I think Wirtz went a little bit off there. But we managed to get past up into 12th place now. We are right in the middle of these Saubers now. Right in the middle. The next one is Mika Sala, of course, in the other Sauber. Let's see. Oh, no, I've skipped the chicane again. I keep forgetting about it. You have to be careful, of course, as we go past one of the arrows. Now, of course, that is the correct livery for the arrows for 2000. And that is one of the reasons why EA Sports basically released the same game twice in 1 year. And look at the AI, they're going all over the show, all over the place they are as we go past the arrows now. And look, there's 2 cars off there. We've made up a huge amount of positions now, up into 8th place now for Jarno Trulli in, of course, the Jordan car. As we're now going to see if we can get past these arrows. Do we manage it? No, not at the moment. The AI, I have to say, are really aggressive at defending as you try and get past them, which is fantastic. A big improvement on the F1 2000, of course, which just used to sit there basically and not do anything. As we now dive down the inside of not Max Verstappen. I was just about to say Max. No, it's Jos Verstappen, of course, which was his father in the year of 2000. But he manages to actually outwin us a little bit there. But now we safely get past him. So up now to 7th place, which is just outside the World Championship points in, of course, the year 2000. So new for this game, we have the correct livery on the arrows, because unfortunately they released the last game so early that they didn't have time to change the livery. Also, we've got reflections on a wet track. Wowzers, mid-trousers, yes everyone, as we now go past Ralf Schumacher in the BMW Williams, or at least we tried to, but we did at least get that chicane right this time. So Ralf Schumacher is currently in 6th place, as you can see, and we dive down the inside this time of Ralf Schumacher, and there's our teammate, it's Heinz-Harald Frentzen in 5th position in, of course, the sister Jordan car, which was a very, very good car indeed in 2000, and Heinz-Harald Frentzen did very well indeed and got quite a few points, I do believe. Didn't he come third in the championship? Oh dear, there's cars blown up in front of us. And these are the leaders, everyone. These are the leaders on lap 5. Lap 5. As Ralf Schumacher does a cheeky move and actually gets past us. And he gets past a McLaren as well. Or we almost did, but he didn't quite manage to pull that off. Anyway, so past the final turn now into the next lap, which is lap 6. And there in front of us, everyone, is the leaders. And you can see that it has actually stopped raining. We've actually got calls from the engineer to come in and make a pit stop. But we're not going to do that because I know from experience that it doesn't really matter in this game. You can still carry on the wet tyres. You don't really need to change them. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to stay on the wets, basically, for the whole of this Grand Prix, because it's basically going to start raining again and it's going to go dry again. If you make pit stops every time, you'll end up right at the back of the field. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to stay on the wet tyres. So yes, still a little bit of a bug in the game in the wet conditions. Anyway, we carry on. Look at this, our race time has been 7 minutes and 20 seconds and we're still trying to get past the leaders. We are going for the lead, everyone, and there's, I think that's David Twatt-Coulthard. Yes, it's David Twatt-Coulthard. He's trying to get past the Ferrari, as you can see in front, but not quite managing to pull it off. So can we get past him? Can we get past him? We are, of course, in the points at the moment as we now... Oh, look at that. He goes right off there. I think that was... Yes, that was Coulthard. He goes off. We managed to get past a huge amount of cars. There's Mika Hakkinen as well in the sister McLaren trying to get past there. But look at this. He's diving all over the place. But this time we dive down inside and make contact with Hakkinen. And Hakkinen... Oh, he's still there. Still there. And now the Ferrari gets past us. Wow. This expert AI is pretty aggressive, I have to say. Pretty aggressive and great fun. Absolute great fun to try and get past us. We now dive down the inside of Rubens Barrichello in the Ferrari, so up into 4th position now. We've just got to see if we can catch Mika Hakkinen once again. Yes, once again. And of course that McLaren car, which was all conquering in 2000. I think it was anyway. Did it win, or was that Ferrari? I can't remember. Anyway, let's see if we can get past them and get a little bit further up the grid, maybe into a podium position. That would be great towards the end, wouldn't it? A podium position. Yes, so this once again is made by EA Sports. It's in the game. And you can see that we've got the damage indicator off to the right hand side. You've got a fuel gauge as well off to the right hand side, which tells you how much fuel you've got. Now we've gone for a one stop strategy, which means we've only got to stop pretty much at half distance of the 62 laps at the gorgeous Imola circuit. I just wish this was still on the calendar because it is a gorgeous track. Of course, it's been, oh my goodness, what's going on here? What's going on here? We've had contact with Hakkinen, but it's okay, we carry on. Of course, it's had its fair share of tragedy over the years, but it is still a gorgeous circuit. Now we have another message from my engineer. He says now we have some brake problems with the car. I think that was after that contact with Hakkinen. You can see in the right hand corner that our front tyres have gone orange. Now it's not due to wear because we've only done 7 laps, so that's obviously a brake problem with the car. But at the moment I have to say the car feels pretty much okay, and I can't seem to feel any problem with the brakes, so we're just going to continue on and see. Oh, look at this, he's got past. Oh my goodness, no contact. Jesus Christ on a stick. Did you see that? Up into second place now for Jarno Trulli, and they just had each other off there. That was Hakkinen, of course. Oh my goodness, it is all going on F1 Championship Season 2000. Yes, and we're up into second place. Just Michael Schumacher now in the lead as we accelerate forward now to lap 8. And you can see it started to rain again. It started to rain again as we unfortunately skipped over the chicane there. And oh no! 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 We've got a 10-second stop and go penalty for skipping that chicane. Oh no. That's it, everyone. We've got to come in for a pit stop now, an early pit stop. I think are we going to come in or are we going to carry on going? I'm not quite sure. No, we're going to carry on going for a moment, but very, very soon, within 3 laps, in fact, we've got to come in for a stop and go penalty. Now, it's a 10-second stop and go. You can see it's blinking at the top of the screen there, but it isn't actually 10 seconds. It's more like 25 seconds because you've got the slowing down into the pit and the slowing out of the pit as well as we accelerate forward out to lap 9. So in we come for our stop and go. What's this? You may run out of fuel. Change. I don't know. I'm just going to continue. Yes. I've got fuel in the car, so I'm not going to worry about it. So you can see that our positions are now dropping like a stone. We're 14th, 15th, 16th. Oh, God, no. Tyres. Wait a minute. Where's our stop and go? What's going on? This should be the stop and go, not... Why are they repairing the car and putting new tyres on? Oh, my God. What's going on here, everyone? They haven't done the stop and go. They've done a standard pit stop. And we come out of the pits and you can see in the wet conditions we have stickers on the tyres, which in real life, of course, would never happen because it would be fairly stupid to put stickers on wet tyres. Yeah. So now that means that we've got to come in again for a stop and go. I don't believe it. This is now lap 10 and we're last, everyone. Yes, we're plumb last. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 11. And oh no, I've binned it. This is going from bad to bloody worse. I've binned it in the wet conditions, but we rejoined pretty quickly, as you can see. So after 10 laps, Michael Schumacher is in the lead. David Coulthard in second place. Ralph Schumacher in third. Rubens Barrichello in fourth place. As we now come in for our stop and go. Hopefully, we're going to get it this time. It says stop and go, so I'm pretty confident that's what's going to happen. So we have to come into the pits and wait for 10 seconds. Yes, 10 whole seconds before we can rejoin. It seems to take forever, these 10 seconds. Forever. Anyway, it's gone now, so we rejoin. Well, we're going to rejoin last, of course, because we came in from last place. So out we come. We've got the green light from the pit lane entrance. That's another new thing for this game. Fantastic. And we rejoin now in, yeah, it's last. It's 21st last. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 18 and we managed to catch up to the car. It's on the tail of the field and it is, of course, Gaston Mazzacane. Yes, Gaston Mazzacane in, of course, the beautiful liveried Minardi car. The Minardi car. Such a shame they're not still in Formula 1. But anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 19. Now catching up once again to John Alesi. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. We're right in the middle of a Prost sandwich once again. We got Nick Hyde in a field, currently in 17th position in, of course, the sister Prost car. Yes, the sister Prost car. We'll see if we can get past, of course, and maybe make up some good positions. And I don't know, could we get back into the points? I don't know. It's looking pretty doubtful, but we'll give it our all. Give it our all on lap 19, going to lap 20. Let's see if we can get past Nick Hyde in the field, and let's see if we can. Can we dive down inside of Nick? Yes, we can. So up now into 17th position for Jarno Trulli. As we accelerate forward now to lap 20, and we're coming round. Oh, we've got yellow flag. What's going on? What is going on? I'm not quite sure, but there's a car blown up. Oh, no, I don't believe it. We got another stop and go penalty because we passed on the yellow flag. Do you remember in F1 2000 at Indianapolis when I actually passed about 9 cars off the line and under yellow flags and I didn't get a penalty? Well, they fixed that in this game. God damn it. I hate it when they fix things. I hate it. I love it when they're broken. But no, they've gone and fixed it. So now we've got to come in again for another fucking stop and go penalty. For fuck's sake. Bloody. Ooh. Anyway, everyone, the 10-second stop and go is now finished. So we rejoin the pits. Back in plumb last place again. Yes, plumb last. We're doing well. On our 100% Torture Grand Prix. Yes, we rejoin in 19th place now because a couple of our cars have now dropped out. So 19th position for Jarno Trulli in the Jordan car. Wowzers me trousers. Now as we accelerate forward now to lap 23, and once again we've made a catch up to the back of Gatson Matsakane in that Minardi car, and we pass him once again. Now of course one of the criticisms of the earlier game F1 2000 was that it was very, very easy indeed. So they have addressed that in this game. Well, sort of, and I'll explain that at the end of the video as we go past John Alesi once again for I think about the 15th time as we accelerate forward to lap 25. No, I've binned it again. We managed to get the car spun round in a beautiful way really, really quickly as it starts to rain again. Yeah, we're still on the wet tyres, everyone. Still on the wet tyres as we accelerate forward now to lap 26. We're now up to the back of Nick Hyde in the field once again. See if we can get past him as we dive down the inside into this corner. And yes, we do. So we're up into 16th position once again. 16th place. It is absolutely pissing down with rain now, as you can see. And we are almost at the time where we've got to make our normal pit stop because we're almost out of fuel. You can see on the right-hand corner there as we now go past Mika Salo. And we're now chasing Jenson Button. And of course the BMW Williams. And as in the previous game, they seem to put Jenson pretty far down the field in the BMW Williams, and his teammate Ralf Schumacher they seem to put in about 6th or 7th position because I think they were expecting that he wasn't going to have a very good season, being his first season of course in Formula 1 in 2000. The rotten little buggers. Anyway, we go past the other Minardi now of Marc Genet. Marc Genet was in 13th place there in a Minardi. Fantastic. As we accelerate forward down to lap 28, and we've got Earth the Swerve once again in front of us in that Jaguar car. Jaguar, of course, did pretty well in their Formula 1 seasons, but of course never really reached the heights that we all thought they were going to. But they did a pretty decent performance, has to be said, before they eventually just gave up. Yes, just gave up. As we try and get past Earth the Swerve, and we have caused Earth the Swerve to swerve out, in fact. But we go up into 12th position now on lap 28. Yes, 12th position. So now still getting ever closer to our pit stops. The fuel is almost completely gone. In fact, we haven't been called into the pit, and I don't want to leave it too much later because I don't want to run out of fuel, because I have no idea if you just run out of fuel or whether they actually tell you that the fuel is low in this game. Up into 12th position now. Our next target is Alexander Wirtz. And of course, the Benetton car. Yes, the Benetton car of 2000. What engine did that have in 2000? I can't remember now. Was it still the Mechachrome Playlife or whatever it's called? I can't remember. Anyway, we continue on. See if we can get past Wirtz, who's got another car in front of him. Not quite sure which one that is. Just try. Oh, it's one of the Saubers. Could that be Johnny Herbert? Is Johnny Herbert even in this race? I can't remember. It was a long time ago, for cock's sake. As we try and get past Alexander Wirtz, and we do. No, of course it's Pedro Diniz. Yes, dinner's in the oven, as lots of commentators used to comment on every time his engine blew up. Yes. Oh look, Diniz is in the oven. Yeah, I don't really know if that was even funny, to be honest. But there you go. That's what most of them used to say, especially on some of the English commentaries. David Coulthard on lap 30. David Twat Coulthard is currently in the lead of this race in that McLaren. Wowzers mid trousers. And our teammate Frenson's in 7th place as well. And we're still in 11th place at the moment and trying to get past this Sauber of Pedro Diniz. So yes, so they've made a game that's quite easy. So how do they actually get past this? Well, it's pretty simple. They just take out the pit stop routine for the other cars as we get past the Sauber there. What do you say? What do you say? Why on earth did they do that? Well, if you think about it, it makes the game harder, because if all the other cars don't pit, then of course they're going to gain about a 25-second advantage. As we now make our official pit stop on lap 32. Yes, this is the time when we were supposed to make a stop anyway. So fresh tyres go on and the fuel goes in as well. It's going to be a long stop, of course, because don't forget, refueling in 2000, everyone. Yes. And we've got those stickers on the tyres again. Look at this. Well, it's okay for this because it's not... Oh, as I say, it's just not raining. It just starts to rain again. And we get an amber light as we come out of the pits. What is that? Oh, does that signify that was a car going past? Wow, just look at the special effects you've got in this updated version of F1 2000. It's absolutely fantastic, some of these special effects that are going on in this game. As we accelerate forward now to lap 34, and we've managed to catch up to some of these cars, of course, after our pit stop. And oh my goodness, no! Contact again! Who was that? That was Jenson Button. The cars just spin all over the place in front of you, unfortunately. But we've made it up into 15th position now at the moment. And we're hopefully not going to have to stop again. We can go straight to the end of the race, which of course is 62 torturous laps, as David Coulthard is still in the lead. And we are catching now. We are catching, yes. In 15th place at the moment, see if we can get past Mika Salo. And of course this Sauber car. He is battling like crazy as we make contact with the Sauber, and he goes off, and look at this, the penalty goes off as well. This is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. So we managed to make one position, but we lost that again because the Sauber Mika Salo has just gone past us again. What is going on with the AI? It could of course be the wet conditions, but I don't know. I just think they've made the AI on expert level a little bit crazy. Anyway, 47 minutes now of the race have gone, which is really good to see. And you can also see that because this is an official game, you've got all the proper graphics on screen. And of course you've got the drivers' names with their car graphic as well, which is their car sort of livery graphic as well, which is very good to see in this game. Unfortunately, there's no commentators. No, Murray Walker's signed to, of course, the rival Sony series, but you have of course got Jim Rosenthal going through the grid before you go, and you've got the engineer as well as we accelerate forward to lap 43, and cars are pitted, everyone. Yes, our teammate is coming to the pits, Heinz-Harald Frentzen. So we've made it up into 9th position, so it looks like they're starting to pit on about lap 43, which is quite late, I have to say, as we accelerate forward to lap 45, and we're up into 7th place now. 7th place, we're in the middle of an arrow sandwich. Maybe we can go past and get up into the points if we go past this arrows, and yes we do. So finally, after 46 laps, we have made it back into the World Championship points. Wowzers. As we accelerate forward now to lap 48. Lap 48, going for a move now on Giancarlo Fisichella. Diving down the inside as we go past him. Oh, that's a little bit dicey there. Little bit dicey, but we're ready to get past up into 5th position now on lap 49. Ralf Schumacher in that Williams is now leading this race, but of course they are coming in for their pit stop, so the pecking order is going to be a little bit different as we accelerate forward down to lap 50. Lap 50. Oh no, you bugger. Always seem to bin it on that turn there because of course there's a little bit of undulation in the track surface, and that causes the car to sort of bottom out, and you do actually spin round. Anyway, you can see on lap 52 now we are still in 5th position at the moment. Next target is Rubens Barrichello. Of course, setup makes a huge amount of difference. As we're just going through the other views that are on offer, you can see that there was a T-cam view, and there is the beautiful cockpit view, which is absolutely fantastic. Oh, I can't drive it very well though, but it is a great view, and once you get a few laps into it, it's really, really superb to drive in that cockpit view. Anyway, we go back to the chase view just purely for the essence of being able to view it on YouTube, and you can see what's going on. Oh, there's a car in front smoking like crazy. Look at that. There's smoke pouring out the back of that. I think it's a BMW Williams, so that's got to be, I think, Ralf Schumacher, because he's further up the field. Look at the smoke pouring out the back of that car. Look at, oh, it almost went in straight to the back of him as well. So Ralf Schumacher is about to blow up, I do believe, in, of course, that car. Now, of course, in the previous version, the cars just actually exploded and that was them out. But in this version, they do actually smoke for quite a while before they actually retire, as we're trying now to get past Rubens Barrichello, and we do an audacious dive bomb down the inside of Ruby Barrichello, and we get past now up into it's a podium, everyone. It's a podium for Jarno Trulli at Imola on lap 54. Yes, lap 54. Just 2 cars to pass now. And then the first one we got to pass is David Coulthard in, of course, that McLaren car. Yes, the McLaren car. But can we get past? But more importantly, can we get into the lead? He's battling with another car. Can't quite. It's got to be a back marker, surely. Can't be the leader, or is it? I'm not quite sure. Of course, there's this. Oh, no, it's got to be a back marker. It's a blue car. It's one of the Prosts, I do believe. Yes, it is. So he gets past. So now there's the leaders. You can just see those little black smudges ahead. That has got to be the leaders. So if we can get past, it's Häkkinen. Mika Häkkinen is now in the lead of this race on lap 55. Yes, lap 55 out of 62. Let's see if we can get past Coulthard and Häkkinen and go into the lead. We get past Coulthard, do we? Yes, we do. Up into second place, just Häkkinen now, and we will be in the lead of this Grand Prix with just a few more laps to go as Coulthard tries around the outside to get past us, but we managed to hold him off. Come on, let's see if we can get past Häkkinen. Let's see if we can get past Mika Häkkinen. He's got a back marker in front of him, which, oh, he tries for a move down the inside of that back marker, and now he's trying for another move down the inside. But let's see if we can get past now. We're going to see if we can do a cheeky move down the inside of Häkkinen. Are we going to do it? Yes, we do. Yes, 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 yes. Up in, no, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. And Coulthard's trying to get back at us once again. So here we go then. Let's have another go. See if we can... Oh, no, he's got past us around the chicane a little... Oh, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I've spun the car. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. We got another stop and go penalty, everyone. We got another stop and go penalty. So that's it. Look at that. We were so close to taking the lead and maybe winning the race. Well, I'm going to take that stop and go straight away because there's no point in hanging around. Oh, God. Are we going to hold on to some points, though? Still in fourth at the moment as we come in for a 10-second stop. Let's see what happens. Come on. Still fourth. Still fourth. 5 seconds left of the stop. 5th position now. 5th place. We rejoin. Of course, no tyre changes. No fuel. Green light says go, 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 and we rejoin. Oh, yes, we're still in the points. We are still in 5th position with just a handful of laps still to go. We are ahead of Jos Verstappen in the Arrows car in 6th place as we accelerate forward now to lap 58. Lap 58. We've managed to catch up to the back of Giancarlo Fisichella in, of course, the Benetton car. So let's see if we can make at least one position up as we sort of sail past him quite easily there. 77 minutes have gone from this race now. 77 minutes of this torturous race as we accelerate forward down to lap 61. This is the last lap, everyone. It looks like we are going to finish in 4th position. Yes, pretty unlucky in this race, I have to be said. I think we were definitely on for the win. Definitely on for the win. But unfortunately, we had to have that 10-second stop and go once again. Now imagine these 10-second stop and goes now. They seem to have been eradicated from current Formula 1. You just don't see them anymore. These 10-second stop and goes. But in, of course, 2000 they were pretty well, as we almost bin it once again. But can we catch up to the back of David Coulthard? Well, I don't think so. Unfortunately, in this game there is no mini-map, so you can't actually see where the other cars are on the track. So that's pretty disappointing, that has to be said, as 82 minutes now have gone from this Grand Prix. I thought we were catching Coulthard, but unfortunately there are just a couple of back markers. And you can see off to the right-hand corner now that our tyres are starting to go a little bit yellow, which means there is some... Oh my goodness, what the hell was that Prost doing there? He surely skipped that chicane. Surely he should get a stop-and-go penalty, surely. I bet he won't, though. I bet he won't, because it's the last lap. They'll just add it on to the end, I suppose. Or maybe they just won't even bother. They just won't even bother. As we try and get past the other back marker there, and we do get past, sort of, and we're about to come around the final corner now and complete the 100% Grand Prix at Imola in 4th position. A pretty good result considering all the times we've been into the pits. And there you go, we crossed the line. Fantastic. Häkkinen won the race. Now just looking at the race results, I think the timings are pretty good. Yeah, look at that. 8 seconds. Yeah, 9 seconds. They look pretty realistic, I have to say. You know when they're not, because it just comes up with like 2 laps different, which means they just couldn't work out the timings. But yeah, I have to say these timings look pretty good for 100% race. Pretty good indeed. Wowzers. So Irv the Swerve finished in 11th. And the cars that didn't finish was Ralf Schumacher, Frentzen, Zonta, Michael Schumacher, Johnny Herbert. So let's have a look and I'll explain exactly what I mean about taking out the pit stop routine, because unfortunately at the end of the race you can check the telemetry, and if you just look at the telemetry it'll tell you exactly which cars have stopped and which ones haven't. Now that's my car, of course, in the orange. You can see the flashing orange. Of course I've made lots of pit stops. Now Michael Schumacher didn't pit, but of course he actually went out. We're just looking at Häkkinen's graph. You can see it's the silver one. It goes up, down, zigzags all over the place, but once you get to the end you can see that Mika Häkkinen did not actually stop. No, he didn't actually stop. And David Coulthard also did not stop either, if you just follow his graph along. Because you can tell when they stop, because you get a P on the graphic which tells you that they've made a pit stop. And yeah, so that's how they increase the difficulty on this game. They just took out the pit stop routine. But some cars do stop. Not very many though. I think only about 2 or 3. But I'm just looking at this actually, and I can't see any cars that have stopped. I honestly don't think any of the cars, apart from us, have stopped in this race. I'm just looking through the graphics and I'm pretty sure none of the cars have stopped. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, never mind. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and catch us again for our next 100% Grand Prix. And it is, of course, going to be... Nah.
It's a big blue egg. It's a pig.